WordPress used to be my go-to for building every website, but I created this tool that I'm going to show you in just a few seconds here, which generates simple 5 to 10 page websites in under 60 seconds with the click of a button. This is a fully custom website for a local business with persuasive copy, basic but professional design, and all the conversion elements in place that'll attract leads for them. And this is basically driven by a single template and uses AI on the back end to make smart design choices and write the compelling copy, which is way better than I was ever able to do myself as a web designer. And I recently used this tool on my last 2 client websites. One of them was a concrete contractor who had just started his LLC, and within 6 months he landed 2 jobs directly from the site. So let's jump into this demo. I'll show you how it works. And just an FYI, you can also get this source code if you want from the link in the description below. I'll show you how you can get this up and running on your own computer, and then you can customize it however you'd like. So you can see here that it's just this one simple form. You fill in all this business information and you get a website on the other end of it. So let me fill this in with some fake business information for an HVAC company. So we got this company Arctic Pro HVAC from Phoenix, Arizona. And then down here you can pick the color scheme and we can scroll through these and you can see a little color palette from each of them. For this one I will choose a blue color scheme. And then there's 2 text areas here to input your services and then also services that you don't do that someone in your field might do. And this is for the copywriting element because AI is just going to make up related services if you don't specify this. So I got a list of services here: AC installation, heating repair, ductwork, maintenance contracts, emergency HVAC. And then down here in the services to avoid, I'll put something like plumbing, electrical work, appliance repair. And then we can hit that Create Now button and it's going to start generating this website. And it goes through a step-by-step process. It grabs the template, it customizes various parts of it, and it's going to save all that information into a settings file. If you want to go ahead and customize that after the fact, once it's generated, it's also really easy to copy and paste this code into an AI chat and ask it if you want a new feature or if you want to change the design of a section. And you can see our site is launched. We have this demo and it says it's going to be deleted in 48 hours, but in reality, I just hide it. And there's also a script on the back end with the website generator that you can run, which deletes any demo directories that are older than 30 days. And you can see here, I also have a buy now link. So if you use this with a potential client, they can just purchase it right away. You can hook this up with a direct payment link like Stripe or PayPal. Let's take a look at this demo website. I'll open it in a new tab here. And on this landing page, you can see I also have this banner up at the top with that buy now link, which has a countdown. We have these 4 pages generated and a contact link, which goes down to the contact form. The hero section, I built this website generator with stock images for 11 different local business services, and HVAC is one of them. So for this, it's using a propane burner background image. Here's the text that the AI wrote. Phoenix's premier cooling and heating experts beat the Arizona heat with reliable, energy-efficient HVAC solutions. So it personalized it to the location. And then we have the big free quote button here, which if we click that, it'll scroll all the way down to the contact section. Let me scroll back up here. So the next section, this is just the service blurbs. This is one area that sometimes doesn't work well. I've tried to update this prompt multiple times and I still haven't gotten great results. So I'm going to work on a different fix for this, but basically it uses this service font awesome, but sometimes it's picking the wrong icon and there's no icon represented. So that's what happened on this first one here. And the next section here, this is meant to be a quote from the owner, but it could also be a customer testimonial. The AI kind of created like a little tagline here: in the Phoenix heat, we're the Arctic breeze you need. Cool comfort guaranteed. That actually rhymes too. That's pretty cool. And then down here, you got another HVAC stock image along with this link to the gallery. The AI chose a Google Maps link for this area. So it has the Phoenix Google Maps link, which is embedded. You can go ahead and swap that out with the Real Business's Google Business link in that settings file. Then we have our contact form. So for this, you just need to set up an email address with your hosting provider to send this email. You can just go into the settings file and input your SMTP email account settings. And then the last part of the footer down here, you have your business address, which the AI is supposed to standardize this address. So if somebody inputs their address with misspellings or it's not capitalized correctly, that's one of the steps that happens behind the scenes in the website generator. And then you also have this SEO friendly tag down here in the footer with the link to the homepage. So it's got a lot of the essentials built into it. Pretty much every essential is built into it. Let's go into one of the inner pages. You know, if you pause this and take a look, you'll see that it's worded very nicely. Now, you do have to sometimes provide elements of your company story. Otherwise, it might make up parts of the story. But for the most part, it's a good starting point. And then we have this little call to action here at the end of every page with the phone number and the link to the quote form. And then lastly, you have your photo gallery. So right now, this comes preloaded with a couple AI generated photos. You can see it has a little modal pop-up window which works by default. And this all works based on whether or not you have photos in a directory. So you don't upload photos through like an admin area like you would with WordPress's media library. You literally just drag and drop thumbnails and full-size photos into a directory on your web server, and they'll automatically appear on this page. The PHP code imports that from the page. So this gives you a nice overview of what the site's going to look like. Like I said, I have this working with 11 different business niches in terms of the stock photos that are selected. And one of the main things that you're going to need to do is customize it with real photos. But for now, let me take you through the README file for this just so you get a little idea of how it works. So here's the basic setup process. This runs on your local computer through XAMPP, which is a program that basically lets your computer act as a web server to run Apache, PHP, and MySQL, which is the basis for WordPress. So this is all about how to customize XAMPP to get it working. And then down here, your XAMPP folder, that's where you copy and paste your projects. So you're going to paste this directory in there. You got to set up your developer accounts for OpenAI and Anthropic, which this is what allows you to use the AI through code. Then you can configure your company information if you're a freelancer or an agency and you want to put in your company name and that buy now link. You can add that right in your configuration file. And then if I scroll down here, there's a little bit more information about how the code works. So the form that we landed on, that's the index.php. The script provides the interactivity. And then when we hit that submit button to create the website, it sends the form information to this script, makewebsite.php. And we encapsulate all of this code within this class, website generator.php. So this is the website generator class. You can see right away, this is the image map, which links up the custom stock photos that I have to the various niches. So we got concrete, tree service, landscaping, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, painting, kitchens, flooring, and remodeling. And then we got the other functions here, which I want to scroll down to the prompt part because this is what you can customize. So here's the first prompt, which is processing the address. So I take that single line address that the user fills out and I ask the AI to make sure that's formatted with proper capitalization using the abbreviation for the street type and the state. And then because we're doing this in code, I have this getting returned as a JSON object so I can process it in a standardized way. I ask for the formatted address. I give it the example pattern right here. And I also ask for the city and state, which I use somewhere else. So this is basically where you can go through and customize the various steps. Here's the prompt to generate the hero content, generate a compelling homepage hero section. And this is how the real business information is being inserted from the form through a variable. So I'm saying generate a homepage hero section for the business name, which is a business type, obviously HVAC in this situation. And then the service area, Phoenix. And I'm asking for a headline and a description. And those are the first two lines that you saw on the website. We can also take a look at the settings file. So this is where that form information is stored. This is where you would input your SMTP information to send the contact form emails. You can choose the different color schemes. You got your social links, the images, the hero information. This is all the content for the homepage for the most part. And then you have your SEO meta title and description, which this is all built in with the template. It inserts all the specific information for this business. And then if you want to go ahead and write something up custom here, you can just replace these fields. And the same thing with a page. If you want to add a page, you just got to put that page slug name and add a new array for this. And if any of this code stuff is daunting, this is where AI excels. You can copy and paste any of this code and just ask for what you want. 8 times out of 10 or 9 times out of 10, it's going to give you perfectly working code. And in the 1 or 2 cases where it doesn't, test it out. And if you get an error message somewhere or something doesn't work, explain what's not working, and you'll be able to fix it in almost every case. A couple more technical features. It also gives you the infrastructure for this local business JSON schema, which you put your business information in here and you can verify that it's set up correctly with Google Search Console, so that gives you the best chance to perform well with Google Search. And we also have a tracking file here where you can copy and paste your Google Analytics tag, Google Tag Manager, or any other third-party tracking code that you need to copy and paste into the head of the document. And of course, because this is raw code, you could just go into the header file as well and edit anything there or customize your templates however you like. So to wrap it up, let me give you one final tour of the website. We have a mobile responsive design that's going to work on all devices. You see how it breaks down here, and I also have a call to action at the bottom of the page for mobile. Because this is raw code, it's going to have a fast loading time, which sets you up for SEO right out of the box. You got your local business schema integration. Professional copy is built into it. There's industry appropriate images for 11 different niches. And you just need to set up an email address to get this contact form up and running with your web host. Now, what do you think that you would charge for something like this? Or how long do you think it would take you to put this together or write this? I know for me, copywriting was always the thing that took the longest. So if you found this video interesting and you want to use this exact AI website generator, I'll include a link in the description below where you can purchase the full source code. That way you have the full ability to customize it and create your own template design, edit the CSS however you like. You can add other industry niches and customize the template to a specific industry and basically make it completely your own. Of course, you have the README file, which is going to walk you through all these details to get set up, as well as the folder structure of the download of the source code, along with a brief explanation of how it works. And if you have any questions, just let me know. You can always send me an email. Last but not least, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this of what I'm building with AI. And if you watch this video and you had any ideas for the website generator, if you could think of a feature maybe that I missed, I'd love to hear it in the comments below.